You know, the school year is just about over, and many kids will be spending the extra free time on their devices. So parents, how do you keep them safe? With us this morning, Carly Czech, Senior Account Manager with XFER Communications. Carly, I always learn so much from you.
Well, that's an awesome thing to hear. Thank you so much, Ronnie.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. And I know we talk about this all the time with parents, but I always think it's a good reminder because the kids are so much smarter than we are, and they know their way around the devices. I mean, really, a 2-year-old is better on the phone than I am. So how can parents keep up with their kids?
Well, there are definitely a couple things that we would suggest to discuss with your children of all ages for their use of technology during the summer. Social media is the way that most people communicate nowadays, especially our children, teenagers, and grade school age. When they are home for the summer, we suggest that you sit down and have a conversation about the responsible use of your devices, what websites you're going on, scanning any attachments or emails or pictures that people are sending you, what websites you're going to download music or movies or stream TV shows. So sitting down and talking to them about what is okay for your household, what parental controls you will be turning on, and the fact that you will be monitoring them, and identifying a proper amount of screen time for the age group, and then have them sign a summer contract with you. But I would suggest that you also stay on par with that contract yourself. If you say no devices at 10 o'clock, you put your devices down as well. But by doing that, you have them thinking about it. And when you get a child thinking about what they're looking at, what they're doing, you're helping improve their critical thinking process. Is this a good site for me to be on? Would my parents be okay with this? Is this a dangerous site? Could this infect my whole household network because you're all on the same bandwidth when you're at home? So really good points of interest to discuss with your kids. Some of our huge topics to hit on is during the summer using social media. If you are on a vacation, do not post your pictures or that you are away from your home until you return. You're inviting people to come and invade your house. You're inviting people into your life while you are not there, and they know that. So you want to protect your physical being of your household and all the contents in it. You also want to make sure that nobody is tracking where you are. So turning off geolocator when you're posting your pictures and things of that nature, not a bad thing to do to protect our children.
I'm surprised how many parents don't realize it's on, you know, because sometimes it can be kind of hard to go through and figure out how to turn it off.
Well, it's a really cool aspect in the way that if my child loses their phone or I cannot find my child, I can use geolocator on the phone and find them. So good in that aspect. Bad in the aspect if they're posting pictures consistently. Some predator out there could be following where they're at. So posting that you're out with friends, cool. Putting every place you're at, not so cool. Or just allowing your children to take pictures of where they are with friends during the summer, have them show them to you before they're posted, and then never truly put them up there at the time when the child's actually at that location. So it's about cybersecurity. It's also about physical security as our children are out at water parks and friends' houses and circuses, wherever they're going, or family trips with other friends' families. You just want to make sure that they understand that it's cool to show people what you're doing, but under the contract we signed, I have to review everything before you put it out there, and do not do it same day, same time, to protect yourself.
So can I ask you, what about software? Because we're seeing so many hacks right now. Like when I got my Facebook hacked, it took me months on end to get it back. So what should parents be looking out for there?
Well, I would definitely make sure that if your child is younger, you are turning on those parental controls. Maybe not allow them to utilize the messenger feature. Now that Facebook and Instagram and everything's attached to each other, you really have to be cautious of who's A, communicating with your children, and two, what are they sending? Is it real? Is it a video that your child could click on and all of a sudden they just took over your whole account? So being cautious of what you're allowing the child to have access to, and then teaching them with that critical thinking of do not download an app of some sort without my knowing, so I can take a look at it for you, or do not click on a friend link that looks suspicious. It's a different picture, the name's spelled differently. Just teaching them to stop, pause, and really read through what it is that they're looking at. A lot of people have those phishing scams out there that can take over your accounts. Big one in the news on Great America or Good Morning America was your VMware, so virtual servers. If you're somebody that's working from home because your kids are out of school and you've brought any kind of hardware or software virtual environment to your house, remember, you're all on the same bandwidth, you're all on the same network, unless you're working off a virtual private network while you're in that home. So you want to make sure that everybody's aware that they all have to stop, pause, and look at what they're looking at, what they're downloading, what sites they're going to. You definitely do not want to start a video game and stream, or have your daughter stream a TV show, and all of a sudden you've just taken down your whole all your files, your network, everything, your banking, everything's gone. So being cautious of what everybody's doing, and going back to that contract, I know it sounds weird, but it holds everybody accountable for being responsible for what they're looking at, and it will make them think about it before they click on it, hopefully.
Is there any type of software a parent can use to try to help them avoid some of these things?
There are virtual software programs out there to assist with having like a virtual firewall. At XFER Communications, we are a Sophos house, so we always instill a firewall that's a device on site. If we are working with a client that is a full cloud environment, we can use a software that is downloaded from the Sophos website. They offer it for free trial for home users. I would suggest everybody to log in and check that out, download it. It's going to protect the bad guys coming in.
I know, it's so crazy to think about this. When we were kids, it was like, go out and play, don't come home till you're dark, and don't talk to strangers. And
Exactly.
Now, you don't know the stranger is in your phone. It's just so crazy, this world.
When you're home, just keep in mind, a lot of people have smart homes now. Anything that carries an IP address is a door or a window into your network. So you want to make sure that you are protecting yourselves. You want to make sure you're not giving out any codes that shouldn't have them. Change them frequently. Make sure you are watching those videos on your Ring doorbell. Make sure you are monitoring even your home smart thermostat. You want to make sure that everything just looks up to par. And again, changing your codes every 30 days, every 60 days is not a bad thing. If you have multiple people in your home coming in and out, or contractors this summer, a lot of people are doing a lot of home improvements after the whole pandemic. So make sure that you are tracking who's coming in and out, who has those codes, and consistently monitoring your network utilizing parental controls.
Yeah, it's like technology makes our life easy. Like they even have smart refrigerators now. So when you're at the grocery store, you can be like, what's in my refrigerator? I need to get this. And it's great, but there is a downside to it. And I know that, every time you go online, it pops up everyone's Wi-Fi. And changing that code, it's a pain in the butt. So many of us don't do it. And how many people too, especially homes with kids use a really easy one, which typically it's like their address or something.
Oh, yes. I mean, I would suggest put something in your calendar that every so amount of days you just go and check everything, or change the parental control code so you can ensure your children haven't already hacked into it, because they are smarter than we were at those ages. If you take 5 minutes to look at everything every quarter of the year, or every other week during the summer while everyone's at home, it is a huge time saver compared to tracking down where all of your accounts went, where all of your passwords went, trying to pay out any ransomware, trying to contact someone like us to fix your work PCs, your home PCs. Believe me, the 5 minutes just to make sure everybody is checking off everything on that contract for the summer, all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted. It is highly beneficial.
So quickly, Carly, before we say goodbye, how can people reach you guys at XFER Communications if they have questions?
Of course, you can always go to our website at www.xfer.com. We have a chat feature in there. You can contact us there. You can reach out to me directly. My office line is, I'll give you the main line, is 734-927-6666. We also have social media accounts, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Please reach out if you have any questions, especially if you're a business owner. We can make sure that you are set up for the summer. And besides that, I hope everyone has a very safe cyber summer this year.
That's a good line. I think that. I like that. Thanks so much, Carly. She saved us a couple times, so they do good work over there.